The following program may contain coarse language, violence, and poorly spoken English. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to M&B Warband. I am Burt the Bandit. Now that Lithuanian Farseeker has taken all the Nordic lands, I feel that the time is right to let you all in on my plans. Now, some of you might be wondering, do you even have a plan? I mean, the fuck you doing? Well, short answer is yes, I do have a plan. I intend to create a state of controlled chaos. Now, some of you may be wondering, what the hell does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. The point of putting all the claimants on their thrones is so I can capture each castle in Calradia without actually conquering Calradia, thus making each castle easier to take when I capture them again. And also because it's fun to do it. Also, by supporting the claimants, I'm maintaining the balance of power between the kingdoms. Now, some of you might be wondering, the hell was Swadia? Where is it? Well, the thing about Swadia is it's too central and vulnerable a nation to be a long-term part of my plans. I mean, eventually it was probably going to get taken out. I mean, if they survived, good for them, but oh well. But for my plan to work, I really only need 3 kingdoms. But you see, I don't really mind playing with 5. More kingdoms there are, the more divided my enemies happen to be. Now with the Farseeker more or less on his throne, my next step is to maintain the balance of power by helping Alwa the Pearled One reclaim most of the Serenid lands held by the Kyrgyz. After that, I'll help Dustin Khan and Lord Castor of Veluka reclaim their thrones, respectfully. Then that's when the real fun begins. My next step will be to establish a kingdom of my own. It will encompass the Swadian lands to start out with, and steadily expand from there. From that point, I will make war upon the factions as I will. I will only expand to provide my vassals with new fiefs. Otherwise, I'll let my marshals or my lords do the conquering. While I defeat enemy lords in the field and raid those villages I don't pass through very much and, well, generally like to raid. Most people think it's a good idea to wipe out a kingdom entirely if they can. However, if you wipe out every kingdom but one, let's say, every lord who hasn't joined you will be united under one kingdom, making it more difficult to conquer. But the more kingdoms there are, the more divided your enemies will be, so long as you don't expand too quickly. The kings of Calradia will fight each other as much as they fight you. As my kingdom expands, I will give my vassals 1 fief each. As a result of this, some of my lords will inevitably come to hate me. While I am very much capable of maintaining good relations with my lords, either by aiding them against enemy parties or having a noblewoman send gifts to them on my behalf, I'm not going to do that. That is a lot of work. And in addition, the lords who hate me or who are easily offended are a key part of my plans. I will maintain good relations with the lords who have zero relation with me or higher. But once their relation with me is in the negative, I will let them go over to the enemy. In fact, once my faction grows large enough, I will purposefully give towns and castles that control villages I like to raid to lords who hate me, so they go over to the enemy and I can keep raiding those villages, like these ones over here. You see, my skill as a warrior and leader of men are such that I could easily conquer this land. But what's the point of being a king if you're not extravagantly rich? Before I conquer this land and retire a very wealthy man, I intend to amass a fortune of no less than 100 million dinars. Also, as I bankrupt the markets and towns nearest the villages I'm raiding, I will buy better horses, armour and weapons for my companions to refill the town's coffers. And I will also save the more expensive pieces of loot for my retirement. You see, to get a truly good score at the end of the game, you will need a huge amount of dinars and expensive loot in your inventory. Everything else that counts toward your score is of secondary importance, although it doesn't really matter what score you get at the end of the game, so long as you have fun playing it. A score, is just a number, but I feel it is something that I must do. Now, as many of you who have been watching by now are probably aware, I have fallen in love with that deranged, bloody-handed, beautiful monster Clethy. You see, her crazy matches my crazy. We both love bloodshed and plunder for its own sake. Once I am a king, I will make her the lady of Dirtios Castle. It's nice and central, so I will be able to drop in and visit her as I crisscross the land, raiding and pillaging. One day, I intend to marry her. And who knows? Somewhere down the road, the two of us might make a couple little monsters of our own to terrorise the world after we're gone. I've been playing very conservatively until now. And once all those little claimants are on their little thrones, I will live up to my name, Burt the Bandit King. But enough about what could be. Let's go make it happen. It seems that King Ragnar has gathered up an army of his own. I'm only up to about half health, and only 130 of my men can fight, but against 267, I think I can win. They're still exhausted from the last fight. But I have a good feeling about this. We meet again, Burt the Bandit. You have something that belongs to me. Jeremy Castle, you will relinquish it. No. Well, let's see. This is Ragnar's last stand, I think. Might be he'll come back as a vassal. Or maybe he won't. Doesn't really matter. Well, this is a nice place to hold. Cavalry charge, archers, hold here. Infantry, hold down in the valley. I do have a fair number of archers with me, and I'm confident I can defeat Ragnar, as I've defeated him so many times in the past. Infantry charging. Archers hold there. Cavalry, infantry, fall back. Alright, cavalry and infantry charging. Don't want them to get too close. Charging. Clethy's still going. See what I mean? She's the perfect one for me. An iron bitch who I can share my love of plunder and pillage with. But even so, sometimes she gets taken out. She's not invincible like me. I am a god. Cavalry, archers charging. They're retreating. Alright. A few have routed, but that's fine. Well, one routed. Only lost 8 men to death. Still have 100 against their 114. Follow me. There they are. Or let them get a little closer. In fact, everyone hold back there. Don't let them get too many shots off on you. Alright, all but the archers charge in. Perhaps I should have left that archer alive. He would have maintained them in formation, making it easier to kill them. See, once they start charging, they actually become a bit more dangerous by clumping up. But we're gonna win. If I do not win, I will be extremely surprised. Oh, good one. Haven't really been paying attention there. I'm too caught up in the fight. That happens a lot. I'll get overconfident and I'll stop making mistakes. Oh, good one. Alright, charging men. I need to be careful. Here come the last of them. We fought well today. Good job, lads. You done well. Lost 16 to death. Not surprising. Ragnar's defeated, and I'll get some more troops. In fact, I might give a lot of these soldiers to my allies that are holed up in the castle nearby. Olberg, I think. I know I don't need him. In fact, I have too many men in Dirim. I'm gonna leave Lethwin Farseeker soon. And strike out and help all with the Pearled One. Anyway, I'm going to cut away here and come back a bit later. See you then. Alright, we are back. The Kingdom of Nord is finally eliminated. Your rebellion is victorious. Your faction now has the sole claim to the title Kingdom of Nord, with Lethwin Farseeker as the single ruler.
Burt the Bandit. When we started our long walk, few people had the courage to support me, and fewer still would be willing to put their lives at risk for my cause. But you didn't hesitate for a moment in throwing yourself at my enemies. We have gone through a lot together, and there were times when I came close to losing all hope. But with God's help, we prevailed. It is now time for me to leave your company and take what is rightfully mine. From now on, I will carry out the great responsibility of ruling the Kingdom of Nords. There still lie many challenges ahead, and I count on your help in overcoming those. And of course, you will always remain as my foremost vassal.
It was an honor to fight for you, my lord.
I will miss living this life of adventure with you, but my duties await. So, farewell for now, Burt the Bandit. I hope to see you again soon.
Alright, the Farseekers give Cernius the marshalship. There'll be a feast at Calradia Castle. Interesting. Well, since the last time I just been going around fighting in tournaments and doing missions for guild masters, just waiting for the Nords to finally be defeated and replaced by Lethwin Farseeker's faction. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to leave his service soon and enter all with the Pearled Ones. But before I do that, I'm going to take Sharez for myself. I like to have at least one town where I can keep my army and, you know, do all that stuff. After I've helped Orwa claim most of the Saranid territory down here, I think I'll support Dustin Khan. And after that, Lord Castor of Veluca. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you next time. See you then.